Okay, now I'm sure some of you might agree that we have our panic bar now that we need on this door, but we probably need something else. What might be missing from a door like this now? We determined the panic bar was missing, but what else is missing? We had it before and we don't have it now. Anybody notice that? Yeah, we don't have a vision light on here, right? So fortunately, this door, if we go in here and we come down, we see that there is a uh, another door that might work for us, right? And why do we need that vision light? We want that vision light just in case we get to that door. We want to see if there's danger in that stairwell because there's a possibility that smoke could have overcome that stairwell for some reason. So we always want to make sure we have those vision lights there. So now that we have this door here, what we can do is we can do what? We can come over here and say copy the clipboard, and we can say paste a line to set certain levels, and we can say we want this on the first floor, the second floor, and the third floor. And now all of those doors are right there where we need them on every floor, okay? And we'll come back to working on this stairwell another time. Let's come out of this section and let's go over to this other stairwell here, this eventual stairwell. So here's what we know about this stairwell. This stairwell right now is 9 foot by 22 foot. So it's a little oversized for us. That's okay. But we know, one, we're going to need one of these doors. So we're going to click this and we're going to come over here and we're going to say create similar, and we're going to put one of those doors right there, right? And I'm going to flip that door because I know I want that door to open into the stairwell. So I'm okay now. I'm going to come over here and say, for right now, I want to make sure that I have at least a foot in here. Right now it's just 6 inches. So I can click on that and say, make that a foot, at least a foot, right? And then I can delete that dimension. I don't need it anymore. So then the next thing I have to decide is when I come in this stairwell, likely I'm going to come over to the right and I'm going to go up the stairs and out of the back of the building, right? I'm sorry, up the stairs, turn and continue. So now I know I need another one of these doors where? I need another one of these doors at the end over here. So just like that, I'm going to hit create similar. I'm going to put another one of these doors in. I'll just plop it anywhere for right now. And I know that that door has to go the other way, right? I also want to see, can I align that to here? All right, let's try it one more time. Scrolling a little, align to here, this door, right? And maybe I'm close already. And with this, I'm not going to have to worry about that. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this one off for right now. I'm not worried about the latch side in there. I'm okay. So now I know that out of both of my egress stairwells, here and here, I have doors out. And it's important that these are vision light doors, okay? All right, okay. And they have the panic bar on the correct side. All right, so now I have entry and exit to both of my stairwells. Now I need entry and exit to my building. Now let's think about this for a minute. In a building like this area over here is going to be our excuse me, our lobby space, okay? So this is going to be one of the first places. Today is the first place we're going to actually tag a room. We're going to create a room. I'm going to click here and I'm going to come in here and place that right there. Now, I don't want it to be room number 1. This is going to be 100. This is going to be the lobby entry for right now. Lobby entry. Now, in a lobby entry like this, there's a few different things that we need. We need, right? Right now, we have not placed all of our rooms, okay, to actually determine what our occupant load is going to be in this building because we don't know the square footage. We've already talked about the occupancy of this building, and I want to pause the video and discuss something for a minute. Okay, so we talked about some of the occupancies we were going to have. Business is definitely the big one here. We probably will end up in this little area over here having some mercantile and then we're going to have a delivery or a shipping receiving area over here. We have to decide that if that's going to be another occupancy, and then in some other places of the building we're going to have another occupancy that we're going to have to deal with. But I want to say this. We're going to have to use those occupancies to determine how much how many doors that we have in and out of the building, right? And what's going to help us determine that first is that we always want a controlled entry. And on a building like this, to have a controlled entry, if we go into the families and we look at the commercial doors, I've got a revolving full glass metal door. I'm going to pull that in, and I'm going to go for the large one. I'm going to say, or a larger one. I'm going to say I want this to be, let's see, maybe 8 foot by 8 foot. And I'm going to go up here to architecture component and place that component up. Sorry, I should have went to architecture and went to door, not component. All right, there's my door. And so as I bring that in here, you take a look at this thing, right? I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get it, 15 and 15. That's a pretty good location for it. And now as I look on my building, I've got this glass revolving door. Because on a building like this, you want to control your entry. Okay, you always want to control your entry. But this isn't that pretty, is it? It's all right maybe on other parts of this building to maybe have these metal panels eventually. I'm not sure, because we haven't come to a final conclusion on our exterior skin on certain portions of this. What if I wanted to put a curtain wall in here? Well, there is a availability. If you go into insert load family, there is, and I'll go and find it. Hopefully I'll be able to. Let's see. It's under doors and under commercial, I believe. I believe there's a revolving door. I'm pretty sure that we have one for our curtain panels as well. So if we decide to change some portion of it, we'll be able to adjust that. But for right now, we've got this door in. And then what we're going to do is we're going to say, okay, I need a couple of more of these kinds of doors, don't I? I'm going to click here, and I'm going to say create similar, and I'm going to put on either side one or a couple of these doors, and we're going to probably need a few of them. Let me go in here right now and turn this off. We won't worry about that right now. We'll be okay there. I'm going to put a dimension in this lobby, right? And that lobby is 29 feet 2 inches. We might decide that that lobby is probably a little bigger than it needs to be, right? That's kind of wide. It's a lot of space. So why don't we click on here and say, maybe this lobby can just be 25 feet, right? So that lobby is 25 feet now. And in doing that, if I come in here and put a dimension aligned from here to this door and to here and pull this back and click EQ, now that door is centered on my space. Remember that little trick? That's always helpful. Let's do that one more time. If I say place an aligned dimension from here to the center of here to here and pull it back, I get the option to do what? Hit the EQ, and now that door is centered on the space. Then, as most of you know, what we end up having a lot of times are a couple of doors on either side, right? And I'm just going to go ahead and mirror this here. All right. And then I can place this whole thing here and say mirror both of these on the lobby, right? And now when I go to that 3D view, now I've got these 4 doors, right? But I really don't necessarily like the way these are looking right now. I wouldn't have knobs on these doors. So what I'm going to do, once you get this set up, I'm going to show you how to adjust this and fix this and probably turn these into the kind of doors, right, that we really like. Maybe we want them to be full glass, right? Those look a lot better. Full glass door so that we can see coming in and out. But we'll probably need to do something about that knob, and we'll talk about that in the next video.